gotta make sure that painting my car with House of Color wasn't in my dream. It's the next day after we've let the car sit now for 24 hours for it to completely dry. Let's check it out.
Oh man.
What do you think, country?
Insane. I am so proud of you.
Isn't this wild?
This is like surreal right now.
This is so crazy. I can finally touch it now. And country, what's hard to see in the lighting here is all the prism effects. Okay. So it's like a holographic flake. So if you shine a light, you can see it more in there. In the sun, you'll notice it a lot more.
Darker colors, you'll see it like this right here.
I can't believe I wasn't dreaming. This is actually my car. Got the car looking like glass, y'all. Look at this. I seriously cannot believe that this is my car. Huge thank you and shout out again to House of Color for helping me make this happen. And honestly, I just feel so much more confident going into trying to fade things on my own now. I definitely have some helmets that I'm gonna be painting coming up, maybe some wheels as well. Why not just try and fade everything? Now that I have some good technique that I learned by them, I'm just really excited to start painting more and see what else we gotta fade around the compound. To get the final effect, it's gonna need to be pushed out into the sun. There are so many details that you can't really see that well because of this light, which actually made it a little bit tricky to paint. So you had to use like your phone or other lights to actually see what was really going on. So today, we're going to be doing the official rolling of the car out of the paint booth. That's gonna be a huge celebration in itself, and I want to roll it outside so we can see what this thing looks like in the sunlight. Untaping everything is actually very stressful because we're not in the clear yet. You can still really mess up your paint job that we've spent so much time and effort on already. You can really mess it up by just ripping tape off, pulling it off too fast. If you don't make sure an edge is completely separated, it can come up. So especially on this like window trim, you can see where there was some overspray, but I still had to take the tape off really slow. Because I can go back in here and touch up these areas where there's a little bit of overspray. But if you take away the paint and it takes away the paint here, that's what you don't want. I honestly might just get new trim anyway installed that's fresh, because this was starting to lift regardless, but this is stressful. I still haven't tackled this part of it, because I'm really freaking out about making sure I do this right. So I'm just going around the car slowly, taking my time, and I'm saving the hood for last because this is going to be pretty difficult, because we had it taped up here where it goes from the vents and slightly up, and that has 2 layers of clear and many other layers over top this tape right here. It's almost even hard to see the thin piece of tape we put down. So this hood's gonna be pretty tricky to untape. I might have to go back in and fix some areas too, but I'm saving this for last so that I can kind of get a feel for how the paint is reacting and coming off with the tape everywhere else. Wish me luck. We've come way too far to mess up now. Oh, it looks so good. I wanted to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Vantage. Now, they have been a big partner for this channel. I introduced you to their starter jump pack before, and now they've come out with a brand new product. This is the X8 Apex tire inflator. I have needed one of these that's this compact for so long, and they made it. Check it out. Inflate everything, anytime, anywhere with Vantage's new X8 Apex inflator. The X8 Apex inflator can take on anything from your road bike tires to your car or truck, and can handle loads as high as 150 PSI. 5 built-in preset modes allow you to easily switch between inflating car tires, bike tires, balls, and more. The digital pressure gauge displays both the current and target pressure values side by side with a 1 PSI accuracy. You get precise and controlled inflation. The X8 Apex doesn't require any external power supply and provides up to 40 minutes of inflation on the go. Look how small this is. This is insane. One of the biggest things that I love about Vantage's products in general is just that they are such high quality. This for me is huge, especially for track days, like not having to lug around a bunch of stuff, even just to keep in my car. This also has areas to charge your devices. You got USB-C and USB port in the back. So this is brand new, just dropped a few days ago. Just use my code Collete X8, so that's X8, and you'll get $15 off. And if you use the link in the description below, they'll also have a $20 off coupon waiting for you. Thank you to Vantage for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. These mirrors are scary too.
When things are really tough and they're really rough.
Next time I'm taking the mirrors off.
But there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be. Because you don't know who you're gonna be, who you're
All right, this is the scary part. I thought painting the car would be the most stressful part. No, untaping the car is, because you've already gone through all of the blood, sweat, and tears, all the hard work to get to this point, and now you can easily mess it up by removing tape the wrong way. So I'm just gonna continue to take my time. I already kind of knew with the way that this was taped that I would probably have to do like some touch up or get some paint remover and try and like remove the perfect amount to get this line back. Because you can, look at that. You can almost not see the tape underneath the paint because there's so many layers over it. So I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm just gonna try and go slow and hopefully it works out. Show it off, girl. Show it off. You're so fierce. You're so cute. All right, so it actually took me a couple days to take all the tape completely off. I was just taking my time with it and doing it in between doing other things. But I finally got all of the tape off and then put the fenders back on, put the hood on, secured everything down so that now we can have this moment where we are going to be rolling it outside into the sun for the very first time. This is a moment I've been waiting for because you're really gonna see that prism effect pop in the sun. It's actually really hard to see inside for some reason. It's about to pop off in the sun, and this is gonna be the first time that I see my car outside as well. So let's check it out. Ooh. know there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but I just needed this sun moment right now. I feel like I've stepped inside of a Lisa Frank sticker book of my dreams, and my car popped out of that book. The prism is so much wilder in the sun. It looks incredible. Look at that. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And the fade is just on point. Like, I've seen a few fades done on cars, and I don't know, I think this is definitely up there with one of the best ones that I've ever seen. And I really think the color overlap was key, because we weren't mixing so many different colors and spraying them very harsh. We're really using that gradual overlap to get the fade done. But I think it looks incredible, and I know there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. The most frustrating part right now is just that I don't have any of the front bumper brackets. With Corvettes, the front fender has this bracket that goes on it that attaches to the front bumper. So there's a big bracket that I need to get for here. That's gonna pull everything together. I'm also getting the lights and putting them here. There's like these clips too for the front bumper that go here that pull this down and attaches that to the front fender as well. I ordered all brand new clips and retainers for this car. I also don't have the front radiator support bar on either, which the back of this connects to and lifts that up. This side is missing the bracket as well. So I didn't fully install our halo piece just yet, because we are going to be pushing the car back in the paint booth to spray the full interior and the engine bay. So I still wanted it to be removable just to get it out of there for no overspray. These pieces also are not permanently attached just yet. They're just sitting on there right now. I would say the hardest part by far for untaping everything was the hood. The hood was kind of a nightmare, mostly because of these lines that we taped up, which I do really, really love the look of. I think it makes everything flow better, makes the car look a little bit more aggressive. But these lines were pretty much hidden underneath all the layers of paint, all the layers of clear coat, so I could barely see where the tape line was. So with a razor, I was basically going straight into the paint and having to do my best guess at where that line was. Now luckily I found the tape, but just the fact that I had to use a razor and cut into fresh paint was the most cringe feeling ever. But I did it, and we got the tape off, but it really wasn't like perfect lines done here. So because I really do like the look of the lines coming out of the vents versus it just being cut off, my plan right now is to just touch this up using like paint stripper or paint remover on a really, really tiny brush and get in there and try and do my best to make these lines look a lot better. You can see over here, this was the last side that I did. So it was a little better, but still needs to be cleaned up a bit. Worst case, if I don't like how it looks after I clean it up, I'll just repaint the hood. But that was definitely the most time consuming. It probably took me at least a couple hours just to get the vent tape off because of that. A lot of the tape actually was pretty well covered up with all the amount of paint and clear that we put over it. So I still need to finish up the hood, and because this is a Carbon Creations hood, I need to cut out where we're gonna eventually put pins in the hood and maybe delete this, because right now it's actually propped up on this right there. So that is why that is propped up and looking a little funky. And I know, you guys, I didn't forget about the mirrors. I promise, I didn't forget about them. Now I have two options right now. I can paint them, or I can buy carbon fiber mirrors. Now if you remember all of the Carbon Creations carbon fiber pieces that I have for this car, I'm thinking carbon fiber mirrors would really, really look good, because I have skirts, I have a carbon wing I'm putting on the back, I have a carbon diffuser, I'm getting a carbon dash, we have the carbon exposed vents now. I think carbon fiber mirrors might look really, really good, but we'll see. Since I have the white ones anyway, I might just paint them just to have them, see what it looks like, and then get the carbon ones anyway. I also ordered some like mesh to block this out right here. Ordered a new hood emblem, ordered a better vent for here, and the vents that I have missing on the side here. I ordered some new seals just as these were looking like pretty bad. I only put everything back on the car so that I could get the satisfaction and sun moment with the car fresh out of the booth, because now Chris and I are gonna have to take everything back off, because what's coming up next is interior paint and engine bay paint, and if stuff comes off easily, I'm just gonna get it off the car so we don't risk any overspray and messing up our beautiful paint job. But this is it. I love it so much. I think it turned out absolutely incredible. My Starburst, my Sunset Vette, kind of has a nice ring to it. I think one of you guys commented that in the last video. Sunset Vette, is that gonna be the name of this car? Sunset Vette or Starburst. I actually wanted to name her Star because we're gonna incorporate a lot of star elements, like the star gussets on my bash bar, you know, the star spoked wheels, maybe some stars. I have stars in the livery as well. And then now if her name is Star, it kind of goes along with Starburst. So we gotta think of a theme, guys. Either Starburst, Sunset Vette has a really nice ring to it. I am realizing now that this is my childhood reimagined in a car. This is straight out of a Lisa Frank sticker book, journal, pens, all the things I had growing up as a kid. Please look up the Lisa Frank Tiger right now, because when I was looking up more Lisa Frank photos recently, it clicked to me that that Tiger is this car. With the livery that I have planned that I showed you guys in the last video, it is very similar to like the Tiger stripes with like a tribal spin on it, but I realized that my car might be the Lisa Frank Tiger. I'll admit it, you guys are right. Lisa Frank did it first, y'all. I'll see you in the next video.